Hello, my name is Alexandra Thomas, and I chose the book Cock-a-Doodle-Hoo. I chose this book for kindergarten because I think it's a really, really great book, and it's funny, and it talks about things that kindergarten needs to know about, like kindness and being yourself and working hard. This book is written by Mick Manning and Britta Graystrom. They've been working together for over 20 years writing children's books. They wrote books like My Body, What's Under the Bed. This book is also great for kindergarten because it has a lot of vocabulary in it that would be interesting for kindergartners to read and learn. All right. Cock-a-Doodle-Hoo, written by Mick Manning and illustrated by Britta Graystrom. What do we see on the cover? We see an owl, and he looks pretty happy. We also see some fun chickens, but some of them look a little concerned. Cock-a-doodle-hoo. Wow, where are we at? It looks like we're on a farm. And our owl is a little guy right there. What a beautiful job the illustrator did on our book. Cock-a-doodle-hoo. One stormy night, an owl walked into a farmyard. He was cold, lost, and lonely, with no place to go. So he squeezed through a hole in a shed. It was warm and cozy in there, and he fell fast asleep. Our first picture. He looks pretty sad, doesn't he? Where do you think he's at? What's in that picture with him? In the morning, Owl woke up to a nip and a pinch. He heard clucking and squawking. He was surrounded by bony feet and beady eyes. Where is he? He was in a hen house. Does he look a little concerned? Yeah, he's a little surprised. He's no hen. He's no rooster. We need a rooster. Who? What a shame. We could give him a try. Oh. Can he peck like a rooster? Said one bossy hen. Owl tried to peck. Can he scratch like a rooster? Owl tried to scratch. Can he cock-a-doodle-doo like a rooster? I'll try to cock-a-doodle-doo. Hoo! The hens awarded him no points for pecking, no points for scratching, and no points for cock-a-doodle-dooing. What a clown! What a loser! He'll have to go. Was that very nice? Do we call our friends losers or clowns? No, that's not nice. Hoo! Hoo! Cried the owl sadly. Their words made him sad. He liked the warm, cozy hen house and the yard dappled with spring sunshine. The speckled hen put her bony wings around him. I'll teach you how to be a rooster, she clucked. Is that nice? See that hen's giving him a hug. She's being nice to him when the other friends are not. And she did. Owl learned how to march up and down, guard the hen house, and puff out his feathers. He was doing very well. This owl seems to be working very hard, doesn't he? He wants to stay. He wants the chickens to like him. Until the other hen said, "Try a cock-a-doodle-doo." Owl tried very hard. He tried his best. But he was an owl after all. Do you think he could do it? And he just hooted like an owl. Hoo! The other hens were not impressed. Google eyes! A rooster must cock-a-doodle-doo. All he does is hoot. What sort of egg did you hatch out of? A square one? That wasn't nice. Do you think that made the owl happy? No. Whoa, what does the owl look? Kind of looks a little mad to me. Owl got cross. Ooh, cross. He'd had enough. He was hungry, he was fed up with these silly hens, so he said, I am not an owl, not a fowl. Owls aren't hens. We hoot in the moonlight. We don't peck corn. We catch. What do you think he catches? Ooh. Rat! Squawked a hen, peering into the hen house. Oh my goodness, what's there? A rat is in our hen house. What are they gonna do? The rat was stealing eggs and eating corn and chasing chicks. When Owl heard this, he pricked up his ear tufts, he flexed his sharp claws, he stretched his soft wings, and he silently floated across the hen house. What's gonna happen? He looks pretty determined. Snip, snap! He caught the rat and gobbled it up. The rat was tasty and delicious. The hens were speechless. They fussed around Owl in a flurry of feathers and clucks. What do you think they're gonna do? Does the owl look sad anymore? Look at the hens. What do they look like? Are they mad anymore? And Owl puffed out his chest with a swagger and shouted, Cock-a-doodle-hoo! Our very own special rooster! Our beautiful google-eyed rooster! Our hero! Our rat-catching owl! Wow, does he look happy? What about them? Do they look sad like they did earlier? They're happy. The end. You see the pictures? So, how do you think the owl felt in this book in the beginning? When he first got to the barn, was he happy then? No, they were being mean to him, weren't they? And that's not very nice. But he worked pretty hard, didn't he? He tried to stand up straight. He tried his cock-a-doodle-doo. He guarded the hen house, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't until he did his own special skill, wasn't it? Have you ever felt like you were out of place? Have you ever felt like you wanted to try to be something else? It wasn't until he rescued the day with the rats that that being himself earned him his spot. Not being a rooster, the hens still accepted as being an owl. And this book has many activities I can go with. I really like this book because while it can be used in literacy with vocabulary, with words such as tufts and flexed and crossed and foul, swagger and flurry and speechless are all beautiful words to introduce to a kindergarten class. But it can also be used as a main idea with supporting details, and students can pick and pull. While they're learning to be kind to others and that being yourself is the most important thing, that being yourself will be better, that our differences make us connect better, there's little details in each part that help with that, building that, and understanding in children, especially children going to school for the first time. Strategies within this book that I used reading were exercising fair-mindedness. Students are given the opportunity to think critically and understand the chicken and the owl and their feelings and recognize the unfairness. The owls were not accepting him when it was because they didn't know him. They didn't know what he could bring to the table. Another strategy I used was exploring thoughts and underlying feelings. Recognizing the thoughts and feelings of the owl. He was sad, he wasn't happy, he was proud. Also, the hens, they were happy at the end. They were like, whoa, well, even though he's not a rooster, he can still be useful in our home. I did this by asking the children how the owl was feeling, how the chickens were feeling, how would they feel in that situation in the end. I really like this book because while it is useful in centers with literacy and reading and pulling main ideas and vocabulary and supporting details and beginning, middle, and end, because it's about owls and chickens instead of people, you can also pull into science and math. Like, Venn diagrams can be made out of this book because it compares the owl eyes. He says, I am not a hen, I do not pluck at corn, I howl in the moonlight. And that can start to create a Venn diagram or compare and contrast for children in science or math, even in English. Math can be used by counting feathers, and it still pulls, oh yeah, there was feathers in that book. They both had feathers. That was something they had similar, even though they seemed so different. Thank you.